Good morning, everybody. It's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far, our first week of the holiday season. I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about some really exciting news that I think is extremely important for you and your family. This message is for all of my current clients and all of my potential new clients. And it's an announcement. I mentioned to you last week that I've just signed with, I got an appointment with Transamerica. And I'm extremely passionate about this. As I've mentioned in several of my videos before, life insurance is truly my passion when it comes to what I do for my job. I've seen how life insurance can make such a huge impact on loved ones after the person who's purchased the insurance has passed away, and how very important it is to make sure that you are prepared when it's time for your death. And I know that's a very touchy subject. Nobody really likes to talk about death, but it is a subject that we need to talk about because there's a lot of things that happen at the end of one's life, and a lot of times we're not prepared for that. We haven't financially taken the right steps to make sure that our family and our loved ones aren't put into a financial bind and an emotional bind too. I have seen, and I've mentioned this before on several occasions, where life insurance was in the works and the life insurance didn't actually get issued, and so the loved ones that were expecting those proceeds didn't end up with those proceeds. And that's devastating. It's devastating for the loved ones, and it's devastating for me because I'm extremely passionate about making sure my clients are taken care of and making sure that their needs and their wishes come to fruition. And in both of those cases, actually 3 cases, it was a timing issue, and applications were submitted and payments weren't received. And anyways, the whole point in this is, if you're in the need for life insurance, don't wait, because tomorrow, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Tomorrow may not come. And if you need to have life insurance in place for your family, then let's go ahead and get it done. So Transamerica is a fantastic global company. They're probably the largest life insurance company in the world. They have a AAA+ rating, which is so important because that tells you they're financially very sound and they take good care of their clients. For me, that is what I want. I don't want to represent any carrier that does not pull their weight and does not take care of my clients in the manner that I want them taken care of. So joining with Transamerica is a huge, wonderful opportunity for me to be able to pass along to you a carrier that I would feel comfortable insuring my own life with, and that's important. So let's talk a little bit about the 2 products that I think are going to be most important and most popular, if you will. Final expense insurance. Final expense insurance can be issued up to $50,000. Each client is different, and each client has to go through underwriting, and each client would have a maximum based upon their age and their health conditions. But the maximum that we can get issued for this is $50,000. That's a lot of money. The average final expenses in the United States today, if you have a funeral, and that means you have a memorial service and then a graveside service, those run about anywhere from $18,000 to $25,000, guys. That is a ton of money. It's extortion in my opinion, but it is what it is, and that is what is the current average charge for a funeral. If you have a memorial service and you don't have a graveside service and there's a cremation involved, it's a little less expensive, but not very much. We're talking it's still going to run you $15,000 to $18,000. So that's a lot of money. So what happens most of the time is people have life insurance from their work. They get a package from their work, and generally speaking, there's very specific guidelines how you have to use that money. How you get that money from your employer. There's lots of stipulations. There's lots of exclusions. there's situations where there's exclusions that will pay anything if this happens. And so it's really, really, really important, if you do have package offers from your employer, that you look at those, you ask questions, you make sure exactly how you're going to get paid, what the exclusions are, and really probably the most important thing is, can you take that life insurance when you leave your job? This is the biggest thing with life insurance, in my opinion, that people do not understand. When you leave your job, 9 times out of 10, you leave your life insurance. So if you retire from a company and you don't get a retirement package that includes keeping your life insurance at age 65 to 70, then you're going to be facing at that time of your life, no life insurance. That's a huge, huge problem. And today in the United States, well, really in the world, we are coming to what's called the end of the greatest generation. So people in their early 60s and on are at the end of that greatest generation. So there's a lot of people from those age brackets going, older, that are retiring. So if you're retiring and you don't get anything from your employer, then you're going to have to take money. You're going to have to make sure that you have cash money available for your family in the event of your death. And so a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people assume they get to take it when they leave their employer, and that is not true. You need to check with your employer. You need to go to your human resources, and you need to find out exactly what the circumstances are with your life insurance when you retire. So let's say you don't get anything from your employer when you retire. A final expense is just that. It is designed to take care of your final expenses, to take care of your funeral, disposing of your body, and then your financial bills that would be due at the end of your life. And guys, generally speaking, there's a lot. I can tell you this from my personal experience with a family member that passed away a couple of years ago, and the stress that it caused the spouse, because they weren't quite prepared for what happened in the time that it happened, is devastating. And it was horrible to witness not being able to do what she wanted to do because of financial constraints. A lot of times in these situations too, these funeral homes, they take your life insurance. Let's say there is life insurance, and the loved one has passed away, and you go to the funeral home and you make the arrangements. A lot of times what these funeral homes do is they make you sign over that life insurance policy, and they wait for the funds to come through, and then they take all of the funds that are issued by the issuing company, and they cash that policy out, and then they refund to you the difference. But in the meantime, they're holding your money and they're earning interest off of your money. That, in my opinion, is not appropriate. And so you should control what happens to your benefits, not a funeral home. Why should a funeral home have the ability to earn money off of your life insurance policy because it takes them 60 to 90 days to process it, when the remaining family would need to have those funds in that 60-day period to do all of the things that they needed to do? So the life insurance company issues the full amount of the policy to the funeral home. The funeral home then keeps that money, and then normally it's 60 to 90 days. And then whatever your total bill is at the end of that, they take that off of the proceeds, and then, and only then, do they refund your money. And they charge you interest as well. So not only are they keeping your funds, they're charging you interest on top of what you are already paying them for the services that they are providing. Yeah, I'm real passionate about this because I think it's wrong. I think it's extortion, and I don't think we have enough regulations that prevent these type of things, because in these situations where family members are so distraught, I don't think it's appropriate for these kinds of companies to be able to do what they do with people's money and manipulate the situation, and that's exactly what they're doing. So final expense is just that. Let's say you're 60 and you know that you're not going to have enough cash availability in whatever vehicles that you have in your financial arsenal. And you know that you're going to need $20,000 to take care of your funeral and take care of your final expenses. Well, I don't have it. Okay, let's just say you don't have it. Final expense is a great way to do that. And You get issued the policy based upon your age and your health conditions. And then you are in control of that money. You are in control of that policy, and you set aside specific instructions as to what you want to do with that money using your last will and testament. That's also another really important part of this piece here, is that you need to have updated wills, guys. That's really important. You can get them available out online. There's lots of services that you can get a very, very good will that's not going to cost you thousands of dollars. So that's also really important. So when it is your time and you do pass away, that you have a directive that specifically says what you want. So final expense is just that. It's a final expense policy. It takes care of all of your final expenses, all right? And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for that age bracket who are retiring, who are not getting any benefits from their work, and they are concerned about making sure their family is not put under financial stress. Great product. Next product I want to talk to you about is a universal life product. And what really excites me about this program is the ability for business owners to protect their business and help with their own retirement. You know, when you're self-employed, I'm self-employed, you have to make sure that you're taking care of your own retirement, because at this stage of the game, our Social Security system is probably going to be defunct. And my generation is probably going to be the last generation that sees any funds. And that's pretty damn sad, excuse my language there, but that's pretty sad that our leaders haven't figured a way out to make sure that all of the generations that come to pass have Social Security, but they don't, and they haven't. And if you're self-employed, it's up to you. So as a business owner, a great way to help plan for and fund your retirement is using a life insurance policy. You invest in yourself, basically, and it is tied to the stock market. You do get a return on your money, so when you're investing it, you get a percentage back, just like you would get in a bank, but we all know there's no interest from banks anymore. It's generally less than 1%, and Transamerica has probably the strongest universal life policy out there with returns for their clients. And there's several different types of riders that you can put on it. You can also add long-term care to it, which is also another really important financial aspect. As you get older, do you have a way to have care? Have you set aside a policy that you can remain in your own home and get skilled nursing care? That's long-term care. So that's another part of this puzzle that when we sit down and we talk about what you have and what you don't have and what's important to you personally, I don't want to go to a nursing home. I want to stay in my own home, and I want a policy that will pay for those expenses so my children do not have to come up with that money and take care of me in my own home. So you can add that as a rider. So it's a really great opportunity for business owners to take care of their future. I'm very excited about that, because as a self-employed person, that is something that I have worried about for years. I've been in this now, self-employed for 10 years, and so I don't have that 10 years of history that will go towards my Social Security. I have to make that up myself. So this is a great way for small business owners who are self-employed to do that. So I would love the opportunity to work with you on this, guys. I am very passionate about it. It is one area of insurance that absolutely can influence the loved ones in your life like no other. It's just very important to have your final wishes planned out. And if you don't have a will, you also need to get a will. So I really would love the opportunity to sit down with you and talk to you about what needs that you do have. We also have others, there's also other products too for children and young adults that are getting into the working world that could actually fund their entire retirement based upon their age and the longevity that they have to invest in themselves and invest in a life insurance product. So it is very important, guys. Life insurance benefits are something that are slowly but surely being excluded from benefits in the workplace. So, and I've always truly felt that it is best to control your own benefits and not have them controlled from somebody else who's really not as invested in your life as you are. And that's by purchasing and securing and managing your own life insurance. I don't want to depend on somebody else or a company to take care of my loved ones at the time of my death. So please give me a call and we'll sit down and talk about your needs and what you know, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. This is a very tailored type situation, definitely not cookie cutter. We don't want to just sell products unless we've talked about your debt and what you need, and do you have children that are going to college. It's just a really important conversation to have. You can reach me at the agency, 817-374-4477. That's the North Texas Exchange, or 832-391-8271. That's down in the Houston Exchange. I am all over the state of Texas and Colorado, Arizona, Arkansas, Oklahoma. And Colorado, did I say that? I think I did. I'm also licensed in those states. So if that's where you are residentially and you need some help, by all means, give me a call. As I've said, I'm very passionate about this. It is one of the most important things that you can do for your own life and then for those loved ones who remain after you pass away. So also stop by the website, which is www.kds-insurance-services. You can also reach me at this YouTube channel, which is Carrie Devlin Scroggins. And I would love to hear from you guys. I really would. If you're one of my clients, you know how I operate, and I would really love the opportunity to help put this package together for you. If you are not one of my current clients, I can absolutely get you some referrals. My priority is my clients and making sure that they have taken care of and planned for the final act of their life, and to make sure that their loved ones are taken care of. So please give me a call. Stop by the channel. Please give me a thumbs up, guys. That really does help me. And like and subscribe and ring that bell so you know when I'm posting new videos. And I hope to hear from you. God bless, stay safe, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.